I'm Shirley, I'm 27 years old. I'm a student, I study social work. I work as an experience expert. I have been diagnosed with BPD around 2008, and at the end of 2014 I was told that I do not longer fit the criteria for a borderline personality disorder, so therefore I no longer have BPD.
And I'm Andrew Chatham. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, from Origin, the National Centre of Excellence in Youth Mental Health, where I'm a director of the clinical program there, and I'm also a professor in the research department there. Just having unstable emotions doesn't make you have borderline personality disorder. Lots of people have emotional instability, but it doesn't cause them problems necessarily, and they might find a way in life to express those that is quite adaptive. It's when this causes problems that it becomes a disorder.
What do you consider to be BPD, and what are the clinical criteria?
So that's a very good question about what is the diagnosis. We use the conventional criteria as outlined in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of the American Psychiatric Association, which has 9 criteria for diagnosis, and any 5 of those 9 are used to make the diagnosis. But importantly, they're really grouped into 4 main areas. They're problems with the self, problems with relationships, problems with behaviour, and problems with impulse control.
Yes.
When I was diagnosed, I fit 6 out of 9 criteria, and for myself, borderline personality disorder stands for low self-esteem, feeling unworthy and unwanted, not knowing how to translate my emotions into, how do I say it, words to make anybody else understand me. I really had a huge fear of being neglected or being abandoned. Yeah, that's what BPD stands for me. Yes.
So we would explain it as a developmental problem, and we explain to people that it's about the way you're built as a person. The kind of person that you usually are is the kind of person that has these sorts of problems. They're not problems that happen just at a particular stage of your life, or they're not problems that happen just in a particular week or 2 weeks when you're having a bad time. It's the kind of way that you usually function in life. And the problems with the self are around problems of identity, and particularly around problems with understanding who you are or feeling like a whole person. And then the problems with other people involve relationship problems. Shirley very nicely described, fear of abandonment, very intense interpersonal relationships. And then the behavioural problems often involve things like self-cutting and overdoses and other kind of behavioural problems, impulsive behaviours, impulsive sex or impulsive drinking, reckless driving, all sorts of impulsive problems that are likely to cause problems to you more than they'll cause problems to other people. And then also reactive anger and emotional instability are a big part of borderline personality disorder. So people often have problems in their interpersonal relationships because they get angry very easily and get much more angry than you would expect for whatever has caused those angry outbursts, or because their emotions are unstable. And that's probably one of the things that people know most about borderline personality disorder, that people have very unstable emotions that sometimes change very rapidly, but sometimes change unpredictably. And that's a very distressing experience for the person who suffers from that.